when we in statistics Norway, this will be the agenda of my presentation: registers in Norway, quality indicators, agreements, quality reports, and then some final remarks. When we talk about quality work, we always in Norway we always have this in mind, what we call the good circle. More use of the data improves quality, and better quality improves, enhances the use of the data. So register owners and statisticians are interested in using the data for what it's worth. The situation in Norway, we have 3 administrative base registers: the Central Population Register, the Cadastre with all sorts of geographic information, and we have the Central Coordinating Register for legal entities, basically businesses. And then for each register, Statistics Norway has established an exact copy. And in addition, we have established a statistical copy of each register with corrected information and added information. And we use these statistical copies to provide statistical populations and to produce statistics as such. And these registers are integrated in a common data model, in a common database, one database for the 3 registers. Sorry. A few words on the quality indicators. The previous presentation already had a reference to the Eurostat research and development project, which was conducted in 2010 to 13. It was called Bluets, and I had the pleasure of working in work package 4, improve the use of administrative data in official statistics. And again, as shown in the previous presentation, this framework has got 5 types of quality checks to check the input quality of the administrative data: technical checks, accuracy, completeness, integrability, and time-related dimension. So when we were finished with the work in the Bluets working group, we had a framework, but we needed to develop the cooperation with the register owners. So at that time, the Director General, who was the Director General, he took an initiative. He wanted to establish agreements with the owners of administrative data sources. So these agreements were engaged or came into action at the very top level of the institution. So the Director General had a meeting with the Director General of Tax Administration. The Tax Administration in Norway is in charge of the Central Population Register. Our Director General had a meeting with the head of the Mapping Authority, who is in charge of the Cadastre, and had a meeting with the Director General of for the Register for legal entities. So we established what I may remember, that there were 23 agreements and they covered more than 100 sources. And as you all know, one source you can have quarterly deliveries, or you can even have daily deliveries. So there are far more deliveries, but we have a bit above 100 sources with administrative data, in addition to these 3 base register, which I mentioned previously. And the idea of the agreements is that the owners of the data, they provide the data with the metadata and contact information and what have you. And Statistics Norway, we do the analysis, quality analysis, and we give feedback on the data quality. So then we get a kind of win-win situation. We get the data, and the data owners get information on the quality, and they can use the quality to improve the quality of the data. how the reporting on the quality is done based on the framework from the Blue Ads, these 5 dimensions. We have 2 approaches, or 3 approaches really, but mostly the quality reporting was done at an aggregated level, where we describe problem areas. So that typical would be, as a register owner, you should have a look at these and these and these variables to improve the quality. But for the 3 base registers, we do provide data files with suspicious records sorted by type of quality check. And we have different regimes for reporting and cooperation. In some cases, it's a monthly reporting on quality, quarterly reports, and in some cases, we have workshops. So when I worked more hands-on with quality in registers, I used to get a telephone call from the quality manager who worked on quality in the central population register. He would pick up the phone and give me a call and said, well, can you send us some more data files with suspicious records? Because he was really keen on improving the quality of his register, and he relied very much on the support from from Statistics Norway. So this is why I call this a win-win situation. Trying to answer some of the questions from Juliet in the previous presentation. How do we? Well, if you can imagine a data set with quality indicators like this. On the left, you see the units, be it persons or businesses or addresses. Let's assume that the units are physical persons, resident persons in Norway. Based on the Blue Ads indicators, we have formulated quality indicators, and then we programmed it in a SAS, a SAS program, and we run the quality check program, and then we get a data file like this, where we have a unit, and then let's say for unit 1, indicator 1 is positive, 2 is positive, 3 is not positive. So for this unit 1, we have calculated 4 positive indicators. And that could be an approach where we said, okay, we provide the data owner with all the records with many positive indicators. But we can also do the count per indicator. So in indicator 7, you have 4 occurrences of a positive indicator. So have a look at that indicator first before you do anything else. And then we have calculated the Q indicator. It's a very simple, it's no advanced statistics here. It's basically the sum of all the positive indicators divided by the number of cells in the table, and we multiply it by 1,000 so that we get a readable number, not too many figures behind the dash. So we try to standardize the approach, but be careful when comparing this Q indicator or for different registers. And you should be careful, because when you change the number of indicators from one year to the other, we say, okay, we introduce a new check, a new quality check. Then you have to recalculate the Q again. But we have done this several times, and this is an example of a quality report for registered persons in the central population register. The Q value was 5.4, and then in 2012, it increased to 5.7, and it decreased to 5.2. And that is a very typical observation. When you start working on a quality in a register, it's very often that the number of positive indicators increases because you find the mistakes, and in the next year the mistakes are corrected. So you see an increase in the number of positive indicators, and the next year you see a reduction in the number of indicators, and then you understand, okay, you're on a good path, so to speak. And then here in the bottom you see some examples. Two persons, spouses, partners, have different civil status. Person A is married to person B, but person B is not married to person A. We have some of these occurrences in the register, and so we provided the register owner with personal identification numbers of these couples, and they corrected it. Yeah. If you want to read more about this this approach, have a look at the recently published book by Asaf Young Chun, Administrative Records for Survey Methodology. Some final remarks. Extensive use of the data improves data quality. We can highlight quality issues towards the register owner. We can communicate on quality issues. Communication on quality issues improves data quality within the National Statistical Institute, between the National Statistical Institute and the register owners, and among register owners. I have presented this approach for national conferences on quality in registers, quality in administrative registers, and the register owners are really keen, really interested in this approach, because as register owners, they are very interested in improving the quality of their registers. But there will always be a need for methodological solutions to bridge the gap between good quality register data, that's one thing, and good quality register-based statistics. So, thank you for your attention.